Iqbal Singh, who is the UK's strictest head teacher. That's what she does. That's what she stands for. So what the government is telling us, therefore, is that there is a direct causal link between the behaviour and discipline and respect for authority that young people have and social mobility. And I'm asking you if you think, first of all, that that is the case, and second of all, whether that should have been their first priority in terms of their levelling up agenda. And Rachel has called from Maida Vale. What would you like to say?
Hi. So my background is I started out as a teacher. And when I was teaching, I realised that whatever I did in the classroom, and most of the learning was happening outside the classroom because parents are actually a child's most important teacher. So I moved for the last 20 years giving parents the skills to support their children. And one of the things I would say about behaviour, this applies to both because a lot of teachers don't necessarily get taught how to manage classes in the way that they could. All behaviour is a form of communication.
Yeah.
And, the word discipline means to teach. And just by punishing and tackling the behaviour, that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg. The real bit that you don't see under the surface is asking yourself, what is actually causing that behaviour? And it's understanding, especially the last couple of callers, so many other elements that instead of just focusing on, getting the kids to toe the line and behave in the classroom, you've got to tackle the reasons for their behaviour. So whether it is because of maybe they've got, a neuro disability or neurodiversity, or they've got mental health challenges, or something's going on in their home, or they're not getting enough sleep because, they're not being told to go to bed at the right time. There's all sorts of reasons behind it. What I've seen is really powerful for any child is having an adult, and ideally it should be a parent, but if it can't be a parent, one person that gives them the belief that they can literally do anything, however hard it feels, someone that really believes in them and gives them that confidence. I've seen incredible work where kids are linked to kind of mentors.
Yeah.
Just their minds being open to the opportunity that's there, which maybe they don't see in their home environment or in their immediate community. So it could be a teacher, the power of a teacher that really gets under the surface. And what anybody really wants is to feel heard and understood. And instead of just thinking your behaviour is, showing me that you're not respectful, it's asking yourself, why are they behaving in that way? Yeah, so
I think the counter argument, and what you're saying, I completely agree with you. But the counter argument would be, how can a teacher be expected to give that individual attention to that child if there is a wider issue with behaviour and discipline in the classroom? If the classroom is chaos, then each child is getting less individual attention. So do you think that ultimately this is a problem of resources? We don't have enough adults per child in schools?
Yeah, that's also. I've been in some inner London state schools. Back 27 years ago, when I remember having a class where the majority had English as a second language. We had Armenian refugee kids who'd never even been to the school, never mind about speaking a word of English. And it was actually incredible how they settled in. But there's no question that if you've got a really chaotic classroom, the first thing is the behaviour management, because you can't teach. But it's maybe looking out, teachers can only do what they can in that environment, and maybe looking for others that can give kids those opportunities. There's so many people that may not even be parents themselves, but this mentor-mentee relationship is also amazing. I don't know how in practice that can happen, but it does worry me that, like everyone's saying, social mobility, and the first thing you think is behaviour, like let's whip these kids into line and that's going to sort everything.
It does seem to be the wrong way round, doesn't it? Because as you say, there are so many reasons that have to do with neurodiversity or mental health or poverty or issues at home that are leading to that behaviour. So to address the behaviour as opposed to the root causes seems to me to be the wrong way of addressing things. Thank you so much, Rachel, for your call. Stuart has called from Gloucester. What would you like to say?